And just like that, Sweet 16 is over and the Elite 8 begins today. Let's talk about the winners, the losers, and the upsets. Hi, it's your girl TT coming to you from the Hoop Scoop. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. I feel positive that you're going to find something you like here. Day 1 of Sweet 16, UConn versus San Diego. Number 1 seeded UConn knocked out number 5 seeded San Diego State 82-52. In the first half, San Diego State kept UConn's lead within single digits, ending the half 31-40. But a couple of minutes into the second half, Tristennewton's three-pointer increased the gap to double digits, and the Huskies continued widening the gap for the remainder of the game, beating the Aztecs 82-52. The freshman coming out of Covington, Georgia, Stephen Castle, contributed a double-double with 16 points and 11 rebounds, and coming off the bench, hassandiarra put up 10 points and 4 rebounds. For me, I enjoy the UConn having fun dunking during the game. Jaden Leedy had 2 in the first half. Stephen Castle had 1 in the first half, 1 in the second half. Donovan Clingan had 2 in the second half, and freshman, which was his only 2 points in his 8 minutes of play. UConn made easy work of San Diego State and will be facing number 3 seeded Illinois in the Elite 8 on Saturday night. Next up is number 6 seed Clemson defeating number 2 seed Arizona 77-72. I personally didn't have Clemson going this far, so kudos to them. This was also a tight game, regardless of Clemson getting in front early in the game. Arizona tied up the game 5 minutes into the second half, and it was game on. Arizona put up a good fight, keeping the game close in the second half, but Clemson pushed forward with some big plays from P.J. Hall and was able to hold on to a slim lead for the remainder of the game. The high scorers were Omar Ballo and Caleb Love from Arizona, scoring 15 and 13 respectively. And the high scorer for Clemson were Chase Hunter with 18 points and 7 rebounds, P.J. Hall with 7 points and 8 rebounds, and Ian Shaflin with 14 points and 7 rebounds. We also got huge contribution from the bench. Chauncey Wiggins contributed 8 points, and RJ Godfrey added an additional 7 points. As earlier stated, Clemson will face off against Alabama Saturday for the Elite 8. Next is number 4 seeded Alabama, upsetting number 1 seed North Carolina. We didn't see this one coming, and boy, was it a nail-biter. The Roll Tide and Tar Heels traded leads the entire game. Both teams played team ball, with 4 of the 5 starters scoring in double digits for both teams. The high scorer for the Roll Tide was Grant Nelson, bringing in a double-double, 24 points and 12 rebounds. The high scorer for the Tar Heels was Armando Bacot, also bringing in a double-double with 19 points and 12 rebounds. I noted that Armando Bacot didn't have his best game, hitting 8 of 18 from the field goal, having 7 of his misses coming in the second half when the Tar Heels really needed those points. Armando Bacot missed 5 layups, 1 dunk, 1 free throw in the second half. Also not having the best second half was RJDavis, whose game stats were 16 points, 3 rebounds, going 4 of 20 from the field goal and 0 of 9 from the three-point line. In the second half, RJ missed 6 three-point attempts, 2 jumpers, and 1 layup. RJ was ice cold from the three-point line, and I don't mean that in a good way. Lastly is Harrison Ingram, whose game stats were 12 points and 9 rebounds. He went 5 for 12 from the field goal and 2 of 6 from the three-point range. In the second half, Ingram had 3 missed three-point attempts, 1 missed jumper, 1 missed layup. This was a hard-fought game for the Tar Heels, but in the end, the second half got the better of them. Alabama will face off against number 6 Clemson in the Elite 8. And lastly, for the Day 1 of Sweet 16, we had number 3 seed Illinois barely taking out number 2 seed Iowa State with a win of 72-69. The one thing I can say about the remaining 16 teams is that these were very tight games for the most part, making for some very exciting basketball. Illinois established a double-digit lead early in the first half, going into halftime with a comfortable 10-point lead. In the second half, Iowa State really pressed hard but was unable to establish a lead, resulting in Illinois taking home the prize. The high score for Iowa State were starters Keishan Gilbert with 14 points and 4 rebounds, and Trey King with 12 points and 7 rebounds. But the big difference maker for Iowa State was Curtis Jones, coming off the bench and playing 28 minutes for an outstanding 26 points and 4 rebounds. What I noted was that the freshman listed in my top 5 freshmen, Milan Mancilovic, was held to 1 point and 2 rebounds in his 22 minutes of play. This was well below average for the freshman from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. The high scorer for the Illinois Fighting Illini was Terrence Shannon, and that's on period. Shannon scored 29 points and had 5 rebounds, which was more points than the top 3 starters for Iowa State. Although Shannon had 3 turnovers, his determination willed the Illinis to the finish line. He also had 3 steals and 2 assists. I will be back later with the recap of Day 2 of Sweet 16. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.